We were right over there on that tree line looking this way, and this is that corner. This is the first one of them there where the water just had to have somewhere to go, just so much water. Now there's a erosion control barrier here. It's in mixture of grass. I mowed 2 passes on it this morning, went to lunch, probably finish that later this afternoon. But that water started down through here, and as we walk on down this way, you can see there's the second one where the water started right up there and had to come out of the field. And these first 3 are not deep at all. They're not that bad. They're just missing beans. Be a place for a weed to try to come back. Fortunately, the Flex Star has some residual properties in it. About 5 weeks worth of serious, and then, well, there's the next little erosion thing up there. Now this one up here, thinking about going to need to build a bridge across that to get the combine across it without beating the combine to death. That one's pretty deep, right up there. People talked about Jeff Raymond, you know, straddle it and cut across it, because, you know, trying to pick the head up and all. Of course, if you go across that thing, you're still going to have to pick the head up to keep the head from getting in a mouthful of dirt. It's a rigid head on the 3300. It's not one of those flex floating heads. And the worst thing you can do with that head is stick it in the dirt. Messes up the cutter bar. Certainly don't do it any good. And this one, it just can't really see the gully up there as good as if I walked up there, but it runs that way. That one you'd be straddling, because I want to run the combine in back and forth like that when I cut these. So I'll probably be straddling that. And this over here created about 4 ruts and came washing down through here. Got a lot of this real sandy soil in here, but it brought a lot of that sand out here into this grass meadow strip. And grass being a hardy thing, it's already, well, wiregrass mostly, but you can see it's growing back up through it. Thought I was going to take the blade and try to pull it back in the field, and then I said no, just leave it. You'll mess up more beans than you'll be able to, you'll lose more beans than it's worth. Just leave it alone. So that's the messed up back corner. But other than this little messed up back corner here, the rest of that field out yonder is beautiful. I am tickled to death with it. And if I can ever get this weed off of here, I'm gonna be real happy. But last attempt to cut wheat didn't go good. It did not go good at all. I've talked to an old farmer. He's helped me out before. He actually came over and looked at the combine. He says nothing wrong with your combine. Your wheat, the stalk, the straw is still too green. Slippery when it's green, don't want to pull it in. Well, this over, you know, on the other side of the field where we were first looking at, beautiful, tickled to death. Got this little back corner back here. I've showed you this erosion. It's ugly, but it is what it is. Hurry up, wheat. Now I'm gonna go over here, and you can see it's not that far. I'm standing here, bean field, meadow strip, wheat on a field. I wish beans were in it. And then this piece out here where plowing scared the bejesus out of me because of that slope on that land. Well, I got it planted, and I don't know whether you can see it or not. We're going to walk down there and I'll show you the tragedy that's occurred down there. But if you can see it, you see some definition of soybean rows, and you see a lot of grass coming up in it. So let's walk down there and I'll show you the tragedy.